So, what is Conversations with Coryelle all about? It's a weekly series on a wide variety of topics, from the metaphysical to the philosophical, from the erotic to the exotic, from the mystical to the spiritual. It's all about showing you how to enhance your life. And I'll also be showing you ways on how you can enhance your animals' lives too. I'll be joined by host Kevin McDonald. I'm happy to have you here. Now let's have a conversation.
And let's have a conversation. Welcome, Coryelle Kramer. How the heck are you today?
I'm heck fine, thanks. How the heck are you?
I'm in the heck fine too, actually.
Heck yeah.
It's heck yeah, it's a beautiful day up here in the Northwest, and I hope it's nice where you are.
Yeah, it's really hot. We've been having really hot weather lately, so it's like I have a fan on, so I hope nobody hears it when during the recording, but I have to put it behind my computer so the computer doesn't like
blow up. Yeah, no, I get it. It's hard when it gets warm outside and stuff, and then it's like you're a little ball of a sweat and all that kind of stuff when you're sitting there and the house is 90 degrees and all that kind of good stuff.
Well, so it's Adobe, so because I live in New Mexico, so it does relatively stay cool, but it's been very interesting of late. Very interesting.
Very good. And Kayla May's with us. She says, "Hi guys." And we're going to talk about something that, when I was young, and I said to myself, I would love to learn how to meditate. And I said that to my mother, who's a fundamentalist Christian. And she said, that is of the devil. That is a bad thing. And I didn't understand that. I didn't understand her concern about it. And I still don't. But meditation is something that we all do every day, all the time, pretty much anyway. But there are things that you're going to teach it. You're going to teach us on how to do it better and how to do it and make it easier for us, aren't you?
Oh, always. So, I think there's a lot of misconception about meditation. I think when we think of meditation, automatically, I did a search for an image for the show's, logo for this show, this episode. And, I put in meditations, all people sitting like this, and it's like, that's a misconception. It's a total misconception. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to first lead us in a very short meditation, okay, to show you how different, how powerful it is, meditation. It's a little dabble, do you? You don't need a lot of it. You don't need to sit there for hours on end. That's another misconception. You don't need to sit cross-legged on the floor. That's a misconception. You can lie down in your bed. You can lie down in your Barca lounger. My meditation lounger is right over here, and that's where I meditate. I don't go down on the floor. Yeah, I just don't.
Well, sitting cross-legged on the floor is something that I could do 30 years ago.
It's fine, but it's not something that I find very comfortable, and I want to be comfortable. So if I'm constantly thinking, I'm really not comfortable, this is not helping with the meditation.
No.
So it's very important you find a position that you feel very comfortable in. So I'm going to show you an easy meditation that you can do. I'm going to channel it right here, right now. Okay, I don't have it written anywhere, but it's going to really be powerful in showing you how just a little bit of time, 3 minutes or less, you can change your entire outlook. And that is gold, because if you start your day with a positive outlook, you're going to get positivity all around you. But if you don't align yourself and you don't take care of yourself vibrationally, spiritually, mentally, physically, what happens is that it starts breaking down. You start breaking down. So it's important to really and truly start your day. Hi, Marsha. And my
I
clients,
love it that people are chiming in just to say hello and to let them know that they're thinking of you and all that kind of stuff. That really is heartwarming.
I love my clients. I love my clients. Okay. All right. So here we go. So what we're going to do is you're first just going to take a moment and just close your eyes. And I want you to do something a lot of people don't do. I want you to check in with your body right now. Where do you feel tension? Where do you feel stress? Is it a knot in your third chakra or your stomach? Is it a tightening in your chest? Is it a tightening in your throat? Is it a feeling like you can't turn your mind off and you got worry going on? It's all okay. Whatever it is that you have going on right now, it's all okay. So, but I just want you to really check in on where this is in your body and just give yourself permission to take this little bit of time and just relax and breathe. Notice how your breath is. Is your breath staggered or is it deep? Is it flowing? Is it stuttered? And that's okay. That's just an indicator that your nervous system is not aligned, but that's okay. It's all okay. So, wherever there's tension in your body, your shoulders, your back, your lower back, your feet, yes, check your feet. You'd be surprised. Just your hands, your arms, just feel that part of your body. Just bring your attention to it and ask that part of your body to relax. Just ease up a little bit. Chill out. Whatever words you want to use, it's all good. There's no right, there's no wrong. And if it doesn't ease up, that's okay because it will eventually. But it's good to ask permission and consent of your body to join in with this meditation, this quiet time. And then just bring your attention to your breath and feel your chest or your belly as it moves in and out, and in and out. Just bringing your attention to your breath. And if your mind wanders, it's all okay. No big deal. Just bring your attention back to your breath whenever you can. And at first, you might be, struggling a little bit with your mind, and that's all okay. Because it takes a while to rev up your mind. It's going to take a little bit for your mind to calm down. It's all okay. And your body might sigh, indicating that your nervous system is starting to line up and calm down. And then just bring your attention to the top of your head or your heart, whichever one feels right for you to do, or both. Because these are the connections to communication, to the outside world, to divine, to the nature, the spirit realm, metaphysical realm, dimensional plane, whatever. And then go back to your breathing if you need to, because if it feels like it's too much, you need to take your attention off those spots. Bring your attention back to your breath always. That is your go-to. And then if you want to, bring your attention back to your crown to activate it, or your heart chakra, or both. Just feel that opening up, that connecting. It might tingle, it might feel like there's movement. Whatever it is, it's all okay. And just see what you feel when you're trying to connect to divine, no matter what that is, whether it's divine love or just worthiness, or if it's just peace. Whatever you get, even if you don't feel like you're getting nothing, it's all okay. Nothing is something. And then bring your attention back to your breath if you need to relax yourself some more and go deeper in. That's your way to go deeper in. And if you feel any tension anywhere in your body coming back, just bring your attention to that spot and just feel it relax. It's all okay. No matter what you get, it's all okay, and it's absolutely the way it's supposed to be. There's no right, there's no wrong, there's no good, there's no bad. There's just what is. Now bring your attention back to your body like you did in the beginning and notice if there's any change. How are you feeling emotionally than you did just 5 minutes ago? Is there a difference? And if not, that's okay. Do you feel a tingling in your chakra somewhere that you didn't before? And if you don't, that's okay. Do you feel more relaxed, more at peace? Just check in with your body for a moment. Just take that time to just notice the difference between the time that you started to the time that you're now at. And whatever you get, no matter what, it's all okay. And when you're ready, just take a moment and open your eyes.
I could do that for a while. I almost fell out of my chair at one point.
Now that took 7 minutes. I wanted to keep it to 3, but then more stuff started coming in that I think that the crowd needed to hear. So I decided to just go with it. But that took 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Do you feel a difference?
Yeah, it can actually change your entire outlook for your entire day.
You set yourself up for success. That's what you do. Hey, Ryan. That's what you do.
And now he says, "Good night. I'm gonna sleep now."
You're welcome, Sherry. Thank you. Thank you. It's so easy, but we don't take time out, and it doesn't take a lot. Set a timer. Okay? Set a timer for 2 minutes in the beginning. 2 minutes is a long time. Okay? That was the meditation I just did was about 7 minutes long. So that's double 3.5 minutes. So what that means is that that's a long time. And look how you change yourself. But then it's really not. Because when you say 8 minutes, I could do 8 minutes. I can take 8 minutes out of my day, 3 minutes out of my day to do a meditation. Now, some things that you can do, like I said, find a comfortable position. It doesn't have to be the lotus position. Unless that floats your boat, then go for it. Okay? It might be standing out in nature. It could be sitting on a rock. It could be laying down in your bed. It could be laying down on a yoga mat. It could be laying down in your meditation lounger. It could be sitting in your car in traffic. Because we're going back to, We're going back to, going back into work. Not me, but some people.
We,
Use the time that you have to just realign, relax, release, just be for 3 minutes. It's so powerful. And it's something that is going to be a really powerful tool in your toolkit.
I submit, and you tell me if because you have worked in the past, but I submit that if you go in while you're in your car, before you go into work, take 5 minutes or 7 minutes and meditate, clear your mind, clear your thoughts, get ready for the battle that you're about to have when you go into work.
Oh, don't
And
say battle. Don't say that
struggle.
takes you out of that struggle. No, don't use it.
Don't
The
use it.
interesting day that's about to unfold for you.
Yes. And you can feel good about it, and you go in and you are relaxed, and it works out a lot better. And by the way, your productivity is going to be better. Your relationship with your coworkers is going to be better. You're going to find a whole lot of
day is going to go better. You're lining yourself up with positivity, and it sounds like it's woo woo, and it might be, but it's really just thinking of it like this. I like to make sure that my health is optimal as it can be. Okay. So I like to feel good in my body. So, eating the right foods and drinking the right stuff and avoiding the wrong stuff and things like that there is important. So that's keeping your body fit. What about your metaphysical body? Your metaphysical body, your brain, your emotional body, which is against your body. This is where all your emotions are, your chakras. Okay, getting out of the woo-woo. It just makes you feel good. It quiets your mind enough so that you can hear what's going on and what's happening as opposed to what's happening to you. There's a difference between those two statements. One is personal and one is just open to what's happening. What's happening? Oh, look at that. I'm not taking it personally. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Isn't that interesting? So what it does is it helps you to stay in an emotional, mental, fit state. Period.
Now, when you meditate like that, does it change your energy and change everything about you? Because it doesn't align your energy more completely and opens everything up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you feel the difference. Do you feel that when we said that's why I asked you to check in the beginning? Because we don't usually do that. We want to feel better. So we like skipping through what the hell is what is and not accepting what is and trying to go straight for, feeling better, which is fine. But you got to acknowledge what is and make peace with it. And then you can let it go. And then you can step into what you want it to be.
I'd be curious to know, the people that are listening, how many of you felt a tingling somewhere in your body when this was going on? I did around my crown. It's not because my head is cold because I have no hair, but it was an actual tingling sensation.
Yeah, that's activating. If you put your attention on the chakra, it activates it. You don't have to see it opening up or spinning in a clockwise motion. I mean, I do it when I do the healing. But if you just put your attention on the chakra, that opens it up and you'll feel it tingle. And that lets you know, when I feel my crown chakra tingle, that's when I know I'm connected to divine. So then I let that energy or that feeling of worthiness, unconditional love, boom, coming in. Neck and hands were tingling. Yeah. Neck is about the neck and the throat. This is about speaking your truth. It's about communicating with the outside world. It's about speaking your truth to yourself and to others. It's about being able to really and truly say, what you feel without apologizing for it. We always have a tendency to say, oh, sorry, no, just no. Just no, it doesn't resonate with me, So and the hands, that's where I activate my energy. That's where I send my energy, through my hands. And that's good. That's letting you know those are active. Those might be important portals for you. The chakras are just portals. They're portals and they're energetic portals. That's really all they are. So if we can keep those tuned up, then the energy is flowing, which is what the chi is. That's what this whole thing is chi energy, which is life force energy. Do I know all about the chi? No, not really.
You don't
And I
need
don't need to.
what makes you feel good, and the hands are really important if you're going to talk about Reiki and energy transference and all of that, right?
Yeah, and touching people and animals. We're all about, now coming out of COVID, we haven't been touching, hugging, things like that there.
And speaking my truth in a manner that is exactly what I'm working on. A 5-page email about my truth.
Oh,
Someone in process.
ooh,
Which is really, Sherry, that's really good that you're
that's
working
good.
on that.
Yeah, that's important. That's super important. I was thinking about this today. Somebody gave me a compliment yesterday because they said they saw a picture of my mother. I posted about her transition date, and they saw a picture of my mother, and they said, "Oh my God, she's such a beautiful woman." And, she was beautiful young, she was beautiful older, and you are just a beautiful woman yourself. And I was like, thank you. And I sat with that compliment because it was coming from this person's heart. I felt their sincerity. What I used to do was I would take the compliment because I didn't believe the compliment. I would say thank you and change the subject immediately.
Right.
It made me feel very uncomfortable. So, speaking your truth, do you take compliments? Do you do things and say things without apologizing for it? Do you say, how you feel and then feel like you have to explain yourself? That was a big one for me.
A big one for me has always been when somebody gives me a compliment that's like, well, I don't know, I've got,
Yeah,
and then you point out something negative about yourself.
You need to work on that. Yeah, maybe opening up that crown chakra. Okay.
Yes. And
Yeah,
Kayla says the power of our hands are powerful to all. That's true.
it is. It's about, especially coming out of COVID. I mean, we weren't able to touch people. I'm a big hugger. I'm a big hugger, man. That was challenging, dude. I got to say, the first few months, I was like, I would go and try. I can't do it. Can't do it. It was really not cool. It did not make me happy. So the hands are about a way of expressing love and appreciation to somebody. I appreciate you. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for being my friend, without sounding, thank you for being my friend. But more like, thank you for being my friend, because you are a powerful influence in my life. You make me feel better having you in my life. So I thank you. I appreciate you. So it's important. So the meditation, what can you do? Get on Spotify. I keep talking about Spotify. I used to do Pandora, but Pandora, for some stupid ass reason, doesn't do shuffle. They do shuffle for all the playlists, which is like stupid to me, because if I'm listening to Crystal Singing Bowls, I don't want to shuffle it with my Metallica. It doesn't work. Okay, because all of a sudden I'm listening to ding, and then all of a sudden I'm listening to the Sandman, and it's like, no, that's not going to help me.
Yeah.
So Spotify, you can shuffle the different playlists. I love Spotify. So I made a playlist for everything. I have a playlist, and then they give you daily playlists of the stuff that you listen to. So they'll shuffle your stuff, so they'll make a Crystal Singing Bowl playlist or a Raga playlist or something else like that there, and it's really cool. I like it. And then you could share with your playlists with people, your friends on Facebook and things like that there. But I keep talking about this. Get music that really resonates with you, and don't be afraid to try all different kinds of music. Look into Arabian music. Look into Arabian chanting music. Look into, it doesn't always have to be the Tibetan chants, although they're fine. They're great. They're wonderful. But, expand your mind. Go into things like binaural beats and try to look into that, and look into, it doesn't have to be the whale songs, although those are a little annoying to me, and the water sounds make me crazy, so I don't listen to those. But bird sounds, maybe bird sounds or something, or like I say, African folk music is it can be very, very gentle. Expand your mind. Music is magic if you would just expand your mind. And there are the reason being is because so many people set themselves up for failure, and I want to set you up for success. So what I mean by that is there are some people that will listen to the same damn playlist all the time. Now, if that works for you, that's great. If that inspires you to meditate, awesome. But a lot of people get themselves jacked up because they think that they need to listen to the same kind of music all the time. You're not always open to that music. Yeah, see, there you go, Kayla.
She's always loved listening to all kinds of music. Yep.
Yeah, it's really important. So there are some days I want to listen to Indian sitar music, and Indian. But there's some days I'm not tuned in for that, because that could be trying to pull me up too quickly, because it's very, very intense music. There are some days I can't listen to it. I'm not ready for it. It annoys the hell out of me. So check in and feel into, how does this music make me feel? Ooh, this music, immediately I start feeling a tingling somewhere. It feels good to me. That's my playlist for today. And if it's not, that's okay. Get all different kinds of music so you set yourself up for success. Listen to music. If music makes you too crazy and you need somebody to lead you in a meditation, there's great podcasts. There's meditationoasis.com. This woman's got a voice like butter. Okay, butter. All right. I listen to her all the time. Mary, I forgot her last name. And I listen to her all the time, and I'm like, it's like 5 seconds, I'm out. Okay, this is Mary from Meditation Oasis. I'm like, holy crap, I'm out. I'm gone.
It's interesting because when I first started this podcast years ago in 2002, 2003, a friend of mine did a guided meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 30-minute guided meditation. It's beautifully done. He does a very nice job with it. And I put it up there just as a lark. I didn't think anybody would really find it. It's been downloaded over 2,000 times because it's a way to ground yourself. And if you can't do it by yourself and you don't want to necessarily think about it, it's a great way for it to do it for you, a guided meditation. So find one.
The guided meditation, what's the name of the meditation? Do you remember?
We just call it, it's a guided meditation.
Okay. So they can search for guided meditation and find it.
Yeah, it's actually if you go to Podbean, it's number 1.
Okay. So great. So the visualization meditations are helpful. Usually, and again, there's no rule book. Okay. This is just what I've observed with me and some of my clients. So usually the visual meditation is good when you're first starting off, or you haven't done meditation consistently, because it keeps you on track. And Meditation Oasis is great because she's got thousands, I kid you not, thousands of meditations, from everything from chakra clearing to past life healing to owning your inner child to all different kinds of stuff. I mean, it's incredible what she's got. So you can find meditations that work for you. And they're not very long. I would say probably maybe 20 minutes long. Mm-hmm. But it's really important to take the time out for you and make meditation part of your day. You don't want to use the word meditation because some people don't like the M word. Okay. You don't like the word meditation. Try quiet time. Try, connecting time. Try, just, shifting my consciousness. Something, call it something. If you don't like meditation, that's fine, but it's important to make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can, whatever that is. So getting the music, getting the visualization meditation, getting all these meditation tools for your meditation toolkit, okay, is really super important. Getting a singing bowl maybe so you can bang it and just like listen to that music, that tone. You don't have to ring it, you could just bang it and just listen to that tone. You might want to meditate with crystals. You might not want to meditate with crystals. You might want to meditate with your animals. Your animals are awesome to meditate with. They are so awesome because you're also going to be able to use that time to get quiet. And when you feel really connected to them, maybe you can even communicate with them. They are absolutely meditation mentors, I think. I think they are extremely powerful. So there's no right or wrong. It's all good. That's what I kept saying during the meditation. Everything is okay. We put too much pressure on ourselves. Oh, I'm sitting here, but I can't turn my mind off. I keep thinking of my cat. Oh, there goes the mail. Oh, I'm thinking of the bills. But if you bring your attention back to your breath is your go-to. Because even for a second, you're not. Another misconception is that meditation is about totally and completely quieting the mind. You cannot quiet your mind. You can't. It's absolutely impossible. And the more you try, the more, I promise you, of a shit show it's going to be. Yeah. Okay? What you are going for is you are going for that pause in between thoughts. That thought, from one thought to another, whether it's the cat and the bills, but that pause in between the cat and the bills to make it as long as you possibly can. Doesn't have to be all, but it just as long as you possibly can. So if you make that pause longer, then you're going to start to notice the pause more than you are the worry and the cat and the bills. Training the mind.
And of course, Kayla says, my dogs love it, even when lays his head on my speaker and they make a circle around me. Now it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. They're tuned into you because they understand. They understand when you're feeling bad. They understand when you're feeling good. They understand when you're feeling stressed. They understand when you're feeling sick. So why wouldn't they understand when you are calming your mind down, the squirrel mind, la, 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 enough so that they can communicate with you? They feel it. They're like, ooh, wait a minute. Yeah, our mind's quieting down. Come on, let's go. Let's get them. Let's get them. They feel it. They know, they can sense, because animals are telepathic. And whether you believe this or not, so are humans. But we do not quiet our mind down enough to get into the telepathy and really and truly hone it. I do it on a daily, almost minute by minute basis. So my brain is like, I don't know, like, but that's okay. My brain is the Arnold Schwarzenegger from like the 70s, not Arnold Schwarzenegger now, because he's a hot mess. But, and that's because I train my brain to really tap in to it. I feel it. I feel when I'm connected. I feel in my crown. My third eye right now is the size of about like a grapefruit. So I feel it.
Well, it's because you practice it and you understand that it's real, because you've had to make reference several times to whether or not people believe it's real. It is real.
It is real. Yes, absolutely.
And because it's real, you understand that it's real, and so therefore you activate it on a daily basis. And it's like any other muscle. You have to exercise it in order for it to be in good shape and ready to work with you.
It's what I tell people when I mentor them in the animal dynamics, which is what I'm starting to do now. So I always tell people, you got in the beginning, it's going to be, I promise you, I promise you, it's going to be a hot mess. You're going to be like, what is going on? I'm not sure this is happening. What? I'm not sure. What? This is because what we have to do is we have to train. That's why you're coming to me, because we're training your conscious mind to go into the back of the bus and your subconscious telepathic mind to come forward when you're not used to that. And so we're retraining your brain. So in the beginning, I promise you, it's going to be a hot mess. So, and it's okay. It's all okay. You're going to question yourself. You're going to say, I'm talking to a guinea pig. I can't believe I'm talking to a guinea pig. Wait a minute. I'm talking to a guinea pig? Really? 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 Did the guinea pig just say that? Or is that my imagination? And it's like you're fighting yourself. And that's okay. But it's really, really important to understand that animals are telepathic. So they get a sense for when your mind is quieting down, because you're shooting that out to the world.
And Kayla May says, I'm talking to my dogs and animals all day. I love it, Dr. Doolittle. Hey, maybe we should change your name. What do you think? No? Okay.
No. And it's nothing against Dr. D. Okay. Really nothing against Dr. D. I love the movie with Eddie Murphy and stuff like that there. I thought he was awesome. Guinea Pig was off the chain. But there's a stigma to it, because I really, this is another show. I really wish they would stop making it so weird. Like so impossible. Like really, like it's not that hard to believe. You know, it's not that hard if you train yourself to understand and stay open to it. It's not that hard to believe. But we are thinking that it's like this metaphysical thing, and again, I love a good laugh. Don't get me wrong. And I saw Dr. Doolittle. I did, and the horse was funny, and everybody, the dog, and the whole 9 yards. It was great. But the thing of it is also is that it's kind of like every time they put a psychic on a TV show and they debunk that psychic turns out to be a scam artist. And that what that's doing is it's denoting the good ones. I would love to see a TV show where a psychic comes on, and not a real psychic, but an actor who plays a psychic, and they're spot the fuck on, and everybody's like, holy shit, that's awesome. You know, by the end of the show, everybody's like, she solved the murder. That's fantastic. Holy crap, we couldn't have done it without her. I would, or him. Sorry, I shouldn't. Or them, they and them. So, you know, I would love to see that, but it's Dr. Doolittle. So we have an idea of what Dr. Doolittle is, and he's kind of like I think he's almost like P.T. Barnum in people's minds, you know, so like a kind of like a, you know, not a scam artist, but a flim flam man. That's the name that my father used to use, that word, flim flam man.
That goes back a ways. A lot of people don't have any idea what that means. Well, but it's a guy that is not telling the truth. He's trying to get you to do what he wants you to do, and you know. But see, and that's the thing, Coryelle, is because Kayla, who has been chiming in quite a little bit here, she had an epiphany last week, and that epiphany was that she feels like she is psychic and she feels like she gets hit, but she doubted herself. And so she decided at one point last week that she was going to stop doubting herself, stop doubting the information that she was getting. And suddenly she was sitting in amongst 7 or 8 people, and she was doing readings for them and just spouting stuff up, and she was right on, and it was like surprised her as much as them. But we all doubt ourselves.
Of course. I mean, there was even a time with a current client where this client, the client was not sure that I was getting what I was getting. And what I was getting was the reason that her animal was having trouble during hacking is because he sees spirits. And she's like, I don't think you're right. And I'm like, immediately, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm not right. Maybe I'm not right. I'm big enough to say maybe I'm not right, you know, but I'm right. I'm telling you, I'm right. I know I'm right. So what happens that we all doubt ourselves. We all doubt ourselves. But the more that you do it, the more you get to the point in your mind where you say, I mean, this is what I say. You can phrase it however you want to phrase it because mine has curse words in it. Yeah, I know. Surprise. I can't make this shit up. You get to the point where you say that. I can't make this shit up. I don't have that much of a fucking imagination. I don't. This is the last thing I expected. Okay? The last thing I expected. And this was not what I was going in for. This was not what I was expecting. So it's coming from somewhere. Ipso facto, I'm going to go with it's coming from the horse.
Well,
it's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer after a while. But you got to get to that point.
see, me too. I always say I may not be 100%, but something still hits. And no, you can't. No, you can't. What? I'm not sure, but you can be, but you can. The more you do it, the more you're used to doing it, the more that you talk about doing it, and really focusing in on it, it becomes easier. And see, I consider myself a little bit of a psychic. I don't want anybody to know that because it's my superpower.
Okay. But then you're not acknowledging your superpower.
To myself, to myself, I am.
To yourself, you are. But then there's some people not, and this may not be you, but there are some people that need that. I need to show the world what I am. Case in point, that's me. I can't keep this to myself. It feels like for me, I'm not honoring who I am. That's me, though. There's a lot of people that don't feel that drive, and that's okay. There is no right, no wrong. Going back to the meditation, it's all okay. But for me, I felt like I needed to be loud and proud.
Right. Which is perfect. But it also, see, for me, I discovered years ago that it's tied to my interviewing style. I have no idea what I'm going to say, generally speaking, before I say it or before it comes to my mind. And that is how I choose to recognize it, I guess.
Well, that's what makes you a great interviewer. That's why I work with you, because you do ask. I told you right off the bat, you ask great questions. I do interviews with a lot of radio shows, and podcasts, and I always watch their podcasts to see what questions they're asking, because I don't want the same old.
Right.
What is animal communication? Really? it's animal communication.
Well, I get the biggest kick out of people that do a lot of podcasts because they get the same questions, so they've got the same answer canned and ready to go, and it's like they've got a bullet in their gun, and they're all ready to go for that. So that's why I try and come up with something that they're not expecting, and sometimes that scares them a little bit.
Yeah, it could be. It could be scary, because they're not used to it. But I love the interviewers that do that. I mean, I have. I've been on all the podcasts I've been on. I made sure the people were asking good questions.
Right.
Because I just don't want the typical stuff, because that gets the typical, not that there's wrong with that, but I want people open to it. I want people asking me about the dynamics and what those are and what do those mean. I don't need you asking me what animal communication is, because it's like, come on, it's 2021. We all know what animal communication is. Okay, even those people that don't believe in animal communication know what animal communication is, because they're going to be the ones to say, Dr. Doolittle. Yes, that Dr. Doolittle. Fine.
When do you think we're going to get to the point when people start recognizing that this stuff is just real? It's not necessarily supernatural. It's just energy. It's all swirling around us all the time. We know that now, but some of us are still not willing to acknowledge it.
I think the majority of the people do acknowledge stuff going on. I think they do. I think we're expanding the mind. I think the Mars landing helps expand the alien theory, and I think, we're changing, we're shifting. That's what the shift of consciousness is going on. We're gaining more information, and I think we are growing. That's what I'm doing. That's one of my goals in life, is to start changing people's ideals. And how do I start changing people's ideals? The animal dynamics is a great way to start, because people can understand that. They don't have to sit with their animal and stare at their animal and try to communicate with their animal. I'm showing them how to interact with their animal, and then their animal is showing that the techniques I'm showing their people is actually working, because they're changing.
Right.
And they're expanding, and they're appreciating, and they're showing you they appreciate. So that's why this work I'm doing now is so important. It's super important. So
See, I'm excited about next week's show. I'll do a shameless plug if you don't mind, because we're gonna talk, unless you change your mind between now and then. But we're gonna talk about downloads,
Yeah.
and how a download works, and how it affects you, and how it tends to build upon what you already know to give you new things that you're learning, so that you can expand even further.
Yep. I'll show you how to do it. But I'll tell you one thing. Meditation is a good way in,
You're right.
because you open up that portal to divine, and you will get stuff that will blow your mind. I mean, I still can't believe it's less than a year that I got certified. In that year, I've gotten and copyrighted
Yay.
the animal dynamics. Okay, I've gotten a majority of chakra touches that are having expansive, healing properties for their people. I'm showing people how to heal their animals almost instantaneously of emotional issues and physical issues. And then I got techniques that I'm downloading. I've gotten guides and messages that I'm downloading. I mean, it's just incredible. I've got, literally, I think at this point, I've got about 6 books that I could write. 6.
Now,
Incredible.
what do you think is the most important one? For me, for you, I think the shadow work is really pretty remarkable.
The shadow work is another thing. That's the other thing, is that I'm downloading how to heal the shadows in the chakras, the astral body, the emotional body. I just got a download of what that was and how to heal that. So I think the shadow work is extremely important. Absolutely. So I would say the shadow work, and then I would say right after that, the animal dynamics.
Right. Right. It's really cool. It's what you're doing, and you're making it easier for folks to understand. Expansion is knowing new things and being open-minded. That's very true.
You can't expand if you don't open your mind. That's what expansion is. It's opening. Expansion is opening. Retracting is closed-minded. So you need to be open-minded and just open. You don't have to say be open to every single thing and believe every single thing and believe in angels and believe in goddesses and believe in gods and believe in chakras and believe in this and believe in that. You make your own spirituality, but you stay open-minded to the possibility of what other spirituality can bring into your life. You make it a smorgasbord. It's like a buffet. Take a little bit here, take a little bit here, take a little bit here, take a little. You got a really yummy plate. You don't just want beef stroganoff on your plate unless that floats your boat. But you want expansiveness. You want to Try different things. This is why the music is so important, trying different music. Opening your mind to different possibilities. Look up, what was I listening to the other day? Chinese music. That might float your boat. The Chinese guitar. I forgot the name of it. Listen to Japanese gong music. You listen to, classical music, maybe flutes, maybe violins. See what instrument you go towards. What instrument do you like? What instrument seems to get you going? And then look into that in other worlds, other cultures. And you'll have, like me, you'll have like 50,000 freaking playlists. Have fun with it. That's all. Just have fun with it. Don't make it such a big fat hairy deal. It's just meditation. Just there's no right, there's no wrong. Keep telling yourself that. There's no right, there's no wrong. There just is what is. So whatever happens during this meditation, no matter if I just see nothing, if I just see blackness in front of me, nothing is something. It's something. The nothingness, the great void. That's where we all go and come from. That's the hallway to non-physical. So just be in that void. And what does that void feel like to you? Don't just say and poo-poo it and say, well, I'm getting nothing. I'm getting nothing. This is not happening. It's not happening. You're saying, you're poo-pooing that. That might be the void. And very little people get to see that void. That's a gift. So stop shitting on the gift and just take the gift, enjoy the gift, and see what happens. There is no right. There is no wrong. It's all okay. And it just is what is.
Exactly right. And that's Coryelle Kramer right there. Go to CoryelleKramer.com. She's got an intake quiz that you should probably take, and just to see, and then email her with that and go from there, because I think it would do you good to work with this fine young lady, because she can help you. She can help your animals. She's proven it. I've seen it. She's got film of it. It's pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff.
And it's changing every single day.
Which keeps you, I suspect, Coryelle, that in order to keep you engaged, it's got to expand and change every day just to keep you interested.
Yeah, I came into this world really embracing change. I love change. Love it. Love it. Give me change. Change, more change. I love change. Let's do it. You want change? I want to change. Let's change. It's like, I love it. I do. I embrace it. I'm like, yeah, let's go for it. Whatever. I moved here to New Mexico on intuition alone. On intuition alone. Embrace change. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yep. Well, you're a ballsy lady anyway. So just to move.
Yeah, I am ballsy. But, I also... change, I swear to you, I know there's some changes that might be a little bit, like health changes might be a little, not really sure about that. But it's, if you walk into it and just say, okay, I'm going to stay open to whatever this change is going to bring to me. I'm going to stay open to whatever opportunities I can see, whether it's getting closer to my family because of the health issue, whether it's mending bridges, whether it's mending fences, whether it's mending porches, I don't care. But there's a lot of opportunities, but you got to stay open to that change. And I understand sometimes change is scary. I get it. I understand. I get it. But if you go into it saying, I am going to find the diamond in this pile of poop that you're seeing, because it might be a pile of poop, I'm going to stay open to the diamonds. Then you're in an expansive, open-minded state. And that is when you're going to see the gifts. That's when you're going to see the yumminess. That's when you're going to see the awesomeness. And that's when you're going to see all the connection. Everything's going to make sense. That's where you get the juiciness. That's where you get it.
See, now change is a whole nother discussion that we need to have on a whole nother episode, because sadly we've run out of time today. And because we want to keep these right around an hour so that, or less, so that I can replay this, because this is an important episode to replay. And I'll do it because people need to hear it. And I appreciate you. And I appreciate what you're doing for the people that listen to this podcast, and also the animals. There are animals somewhere that are sitting around the computer listening to you talk.
Yeah, there are. Thank you, Kayla. I love you too. Thank you, everybody, for listening in too.
Any last words before we go, my friend?
Just try it. Just set a timer for 2 minutes. Meditate to alleviate.
Another bumper sticker.
Another bumper sticker.
Love you. Love you all, folks. We got to go, but take care of yourselves, and have a great day, everybody. Hey, and thanks for listening to this episode all the way to the end. Hey, pretty cool. Hey, don't forget to follow us so you can receive regular updates and new posts. And remember, take care of each other, because each other's all we've got. See you next time on My Independence Report.